everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about a really important concept in literary criticism, T.S. Eliot's theory of impersonality. Now, do not worry, I'll break this down in the simplest way for you guys. But before we start, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and do not forget to like and share the video. Also, leave a comment if you have any suggestions for topics you want me to take up next. Now, let's start. T.S. Eliot. Yes, he's the same person who wrote the very famous, very important modernist poem, The Wasteland. Now, Eliot was not just a poet. He was also a very influential critic, all right. One of his most famous essays is called Tradition and the Individual Talent, very important for the exams as well. And that's where this idea of impersonality comes from. Now, here's what Eliot believed. A poet should not pour their personal feelings directly into the poem. Now that sounds strange, right? Because we usually think that poetry is personal. It's all about emotion. But Eliot disagreed. According to him, poetry is not a diary. It's not about how I feel today. Instead, poetry is a carefully crafted piece of art where the poet transforms emotion into something universal. He even says something bold, all right? He says that poetry is not the expression of personality, but an escape from personality. If this is helping you understand better, imagine having this clarity for every writer, every topic, and every question that matters. That's exactly what I've created at theankitajain.com, a system for literature students who want to stop feeling lost and start feeling in control. When you join my online course, you'll get audio-video lectures that you can listen to anywhere, anytime, crisp exam-ready notes for each and every lecture, chronologies where I provide detailed lists of the works of all writers and theorists year-wise, and this makes the learning a lot more organized. Infographics that catch the eye, helping you to remember things visually, previous year questions all sorted by author and topic so you never study nor revise blindly, and most important of all, my one-to-one guidance, always in touch with you, motivating you. Everything in one place, designed to save your time and sharpen your focus. So what are you waiting for? Visit www.theankitajain.com. Download our app, the Ankita Jain app on Play Store to access free study material and mock tests. Also join us on Instagram, Telegram, and join our WhatsApp group as well. Or you can just call or WhatsApp me directly at the number on the screen. When you're serious about cracking the exam, you don't need more content. You need a coach, a mentor who helps you make sense of it all. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I promise you. So we were talking about what Eliot had said, that poetry is not the expression of personality but an escape from personality, right? I'll explain this to you with an example that Eliot himself has given. So he compares the poet to a catalyst in a chemical reaction. You just need to recall your chemistry classes from school time and then you would know what a catalyst is. Catalyst is something that helps in a chemical reaction, okay, but does not change itself. So he says, and like I said, it's the example that he himself has given. So Eliot says that imagine that you are mixing oxygen and sulfur dioxide to make sulfur trioxide. You need platinum to speed up the reaction. But here's the important thing. The platinum itself does not change because it's acting as a catalyst. It just helps the reaction happen, right? Eliot says that the poet is also like that platinum. The poet uses emotions, experiences, memories, but does not become the poem. The poet remains outside it. So the best poetry is not the one where the poet cries on the page. It's the one where the emotion is so well expressed that you feel something, even if you know nothing about the poet. Just think about Shakespeare, all right? We don't really know how he felt, but his plays, they still move us. That's what Eliot is talking about. He also says that poets should be deeply aware of tradition, of all the literature that came before them. He believed a great poet must have a historical sense and that personal voice should not overshadow the richness of the past. So to sum this all up, Eliot's theory of impersonality tells us that poetry is not self-expression. The poet should be objective, like a scientist mixing elements. Good poetry comes from refining emotion, not dumping it raw onto the page, all right? And finally, the poet must be aware of tradition because no poet writes in isolation. This theory changed the way people saw poetry in the modern age. It made poetry less emotional and more intellectual, and it's one of the reasons Eliot is seen as a major figure in modernist literature. So the next time you write a poem or read one, ask yourself, is this emotion just raw or has it been transformed into art? That's all for today. If you found this helpful, do not forget to like the video and drop a comment saying more criticism please, and of course subscribe for more 5-minute lessons that actually stick. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.